Okay, start again if you wouldn't mind, Paulina, so we can record you.
Hi, my name is Paulina and I am going to present you my lab book for the aliens. Okay,
Hey.
from my website. This is the first page that says my name and it has an image of an alien. Then the problem is that aliens are scanning the universe for signs of intelligent life. If they find a civilization of dummies, they will blow it to smithereens. If they find signs of intelligent life, they may want to trade ideas, music, and computer games.
Terrific.
The mission is build a website that will make aliens want to make peace, not war, and follow you on Instagram. And to evolve from now nothing, not brain brooks, into incredible website designers.
Cool. Okay.
These are my favorite websites that I juegos free in YouTube.
Yeah.
This is my site page ideas for my website and my site map.
And these are sections of your website that you think when aliens see them, they would want to come and make friends with you rather than punch you in the nose.
Yes.
Okay, good. And then all of your text.
Yes, I have information, a lot of information. And then I get the type of aliens and animate them. This is the first one. It's like this.
Yeah.
I get this one.
Yep. That's on the cover of your webpage.
Yes. I got these.
Okay.
These.
Wow, you're
these are this is another alien, but I didn't animate it. These are websites, links of websites. For don't forget them.
Yeah.
And these working when I was working with
like Photoshop, photo editing.
That
Great.
Photoshop.
Great. Can you go back to slide 35 and explain 35?
35.
What were we trying to document here? The first section is where your website is loaded. So you have to go to, actually the first link is to like a tutorial of where to find different HTML commands. Then the second username or domain, that's the web server where we stored your website.
Oh yeah.
And then file manager. Do you remember? Can you explain that? Because we're going to have to do this all over again for our new website. So let's refresh everyone's memory.
How I save my website. This one. Yeah. This is the link of build it yourself.
Yeah, to get passwords. Okay, good. All right, so these are just reference files, reference links to design websites in the future.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Brent, what if we do this as an introduction? Let's go through our PowerPoint introduction to website design and just do a quick review, first of all, of how the internet works.
And we actually we have those breakout PowerPoints now.
Oh, good. All right, let's use them.
Yeah.
There's just a refresher course, guys, on how the internet works, on file management concepts that you should keep in mind when we're designing a new website.
Okay.
So if you can stop sharing your screen, please. Pauline, this is a beautiful lab book.
Thank
Really,
you.
really beautiful.
Thank you, John.
And you read it nicely.
Thank you.
Good English.
Right. So let me pull up. Let's do internet first. Okay. So this is a quick review of how the internet works. Everyone can see my screen, right?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So let's start with this. Should
Who
does
can
anyone
explain this?
remember? Yeah.
Can anyone explain what this diagram is saying? Well, let us start. So when you type in a URL like google.com, it's really easy for you to remember google.com, but for computers, it takes them a long time to understand google.com. Computers prefer to work with numbers. So the first thing that happens when you say Google, I want to go to google.com, is a domain name server, when they see you type in google.com, they convert that to what's called an IP address, Internet Protocol address. And that's a series of numbers. And computers can read numbers much, much faster than humans. Humans can read letters and remember letters much better than computers. Okay, next slide, Brent. Yeah, so this is exactly what we're trying to say. Humans know buildityourself.com. Computers prefer to see that number. Okay, next slide. Then once the web server that your internet service provider, once they get the domain, the IP address, then they will send a request through a network of routers and switches to the server that contains your HTML code. And that server could be in China, could be in the US, could be in Mexico, could be anywhere. So once that server, the web server where your HTML code sees a request or receives a request from the client, then it sends the HTML code back. Next slide, Brent. It sends the HTML code back. Yep.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no. Next one before that. Yeah. Oh, it's the same slide. We got this a little mixed up, but that's all right. This slide needs to be, the arrow's going in the opposite direction.
Okay.
Okay, so it sends your HTML code back, and all of that happens to, next slide, slide 6, Brent. All of that happens in less than the time it takes you to blink your eye. Even if the web server is around the world, in China, your HTML code will get back to you most often before you can blink your eye. And let's go a couple of slides down further, 7, 8, beyond 7, beyond 8. Do we have the browser interpreting the HTML code here?
That might be the HTML document.
Okay. Once you're there, that slide, great. Once your client receives the HTML code, then that HTML code is read by a browser, and it converts the HTML code to a nice picture on your screen. That's the way the internet works. Now let's go to file management, all the file management stuff, Brent. Brent, can you explain the file management logic?
Sure. Right. So Now, build it yourself. As you guys know, we have strict file name and policies, and we care a lot about folder structure. Because if you don't have properly named files and you have bad folder structure, it's impossible to code anything large, anything impressive. Uh, Everything will get lost. So to do this, first thing, we want to make a folder in a location that's not going to get deleted by accident. So we recommend your documents. You can pick what's best for you, but documents typically don't get touched. The folder name that you make in your documents should be your first name. Ultimately, when we upload websites to the server, they'll be named our name typically. And then within that folder, we have our images folder where we'll save images. Same thing that you did with 101.
What if we name your folder, in your case, Rodrigo, instead of Rodrigo-K? What if we set up a new folder, a brand new folder called Rodrigo-K-102? Or let's make it even better, Rodrigo-K personal.
Okay.
Or about me. So,
Yes.
yep,
My
under the
website.
documents folder, you can all do that. You can set up a new folder, create a new folder under documents, and name that new folder Rodrigo-K.
Personal website.
Yeah, you could say Rodrigo-K personal website. And remember, file names should all be lowercase letters, and they should be very descriptive. And there should be dashes between the words, not spaces, not underscores. You can see from this example here why dashes are better than underscores or spaces. Okay, so that's the first thing we want to do, is start a new folder under documents with Rodrigo-K-personal-website. And then within that folder, you want to put an images folder. Sorry for interrupting, Brent. I get carried away.
No,
I had
it's okay.
to do something, and then I just take over. Sorry.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Actually, while you did that, I paused my screen share. I was fixing the arrows and the
Oh, good.
before I forget.
Okay.
Yeah, I see how I messed that up. Okay, perfect. Okay, so just like John said,
Everyone have that folder set up? Okay, good. So now, Brent, can you guide everyone to downloading a CSS / div template?
yes. And should we show them it first?
Yeah, let's do that first. Yep.
Okay.
So Brent's going to show you how we're going to up our game, level up, and write more sophisticated code. Our code now will be fancier. Malinali, while Brent's setting up, were you able to create a new file folder? Malinali - personal?
John,
Yes? Oh, hi,
I
Pablo.
I just entered. I entered to when Paulina was showing the lab book, but
Oh,
then
good. Okay, good. Welcome, Pablo.
I didn't. Thank you, but I don't have really good internet, and I want to ask if I sound good.
You sound perfect. I can hear you just perfectly. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
So, Pablo, just a quick update. we're working on a brand new website, and we're gonna show you how to do code like the professionals, code a website like the professionals do it. We're gonna make this website more about you. The first website we did was about our good Earth and how it can attract aliens to be friends with us. Now we want to build a website that's like a resume that talks about the music you like, or the instruments you play, or the sports you play. A website that would be like your own Facebook page. Things that pictures you like, you'll be able to put on this website. So sort of like a diary or a resume or a story about you. It's a website that you could use to, tell new friends who you are, or it could be used even in an application for a job or school. So this is Travis's website, and this is his 3D Blender work. So you all should have a page on your personal website that says 3D Blender graphics, now that you know how to do that. And then Travis is a very good musician. Travis is a gamer, so he put video trailers of his favorite games. And then Travis plays 4 or 5 different instruments. Then he built his own computer. And these are all of Travis's instruments. Cool. So we want to teach you how to make a website as sophisticated as these. Yeah. Okay, so this is your second most. Okay, good.
The famous John Gallinado.
All right.
All
Okay.
right, so
We're going to use the similar layouts that we used before, but we're going to show you how to lay that out with much more powerful code. Go ahead, Brent. Sorry for interrupting.
oh, no worries. So this page, definitely doesn't look familiar. Okay, so we built this exact same layout using this code instead of the code you're used to with tables. So on the right side, this is all the HTML. Is it large enough on the screen? Should I zoom in?
Yes. No, we can see it perfect, Brent.
Okay, so you'll notice it has the same, top part, header, head tag. But as soon as it gets to the body, you will not see the table tag, not once. There is no table tag. There's no font tag. There's no, any of that old stuff we use, center tags and BRs and Ps. Ps aren't necessarily old, but we use them sometimes for spacing, which is not proper. So with that said, all we have is a bunch of divs with links, text, and images. That's it. This file is called a CSS file. So there's a thing called separation of concern. CSS stands for Cascade and Style Sheets. In like style, like clothing you wear, or how cool your room looks. Style in web design, a CSS file just tells the website how to dress, basically. What fonts they should have, what colors should be there, what background, foreground, the text color versus the background color, loading in image sizes, background images, all that kind of stuff is defined in the CSS, no longer the HTML. Separation of concern dictates that the HTML, the .html file, should only have HTML elements and the content inside of it. It shouldn't be used for spacing, location, or anything to do with style. So this template we have ripped apart our old template, the table one. We rebuilt the table with divs. As you see, it says, we still comment well. So page container, title container, title text, end title text. So it's well commented. Navigation container and navigation. Div
A
table.
div is a container, or div stands for division. A container is one way to think about it, a division, and it's equivalent to a cell in your table. It's equivalent to a TD in your table. But instead of doing tables, we're using these containers or divs because it's much easier to separate out all of your design, your colors, your fonts, all of the style stuff Brent's talking about. It's easier to take that out of a div than it is to take it out of a table.
Yeah, think of it like this. If I ever want to move my navigation to the bottom of my website for some reason, with divs, it's as easy as changing a single CSS file. CSS is a single file that goes on all your web pages. So the advantage is not just a simpler layout, but it's actually, though it looks maybe a little complicated, it's infinitely easier to edit. As you guys know, if you decide to change the font color on all your pages, and you have 10 pages, you have to open up 10 files and edit them. Just a quick example of how powerful this is, and then we'll guide you guys to download this before end of class. If I want to change the title text color, I find where it says title text, right? Span class. This is how I call the title text in the CSS. Over here, I look for title text, title container, title font. And I can say color red. And now on every single page, it would change to red instantly with that one command. If I want to change anything here, it will happen not only on this page, but on all my other pages. So it's a lot faster to edit, and you can have more than one CSS file. So if you decide you want different background colors on different pages, you could select specific things to separate. But without further ado, let's download this before end of class. So if we go to buildityourself.com and we go to missions, computer programming, and web design, like all of our projects, we have the you'll need. Same way we found the table template. We want to download div CSS template. And just to save time, because I know you guys have been here before on 101, I just wanted to show you as a review where to go. I'm going to put this direct link in the chat. It's going to download as a .zip file. But we can pass the ball around if anyone has trouble downloading this. But the link in the chat should directly go to the download.
Great, thanks, Brent.
So
Let's download that page and put it in your root folder, Rodrigo-K-personal-website, or however you've named your website, your new website folder. Remember, in that new website folder, you have to create a subfolder inside of that called images.
I think this might actually, it has an image folder in it already. It has a title page, it has a table page, a CSS file, and an image folder.
Oh, it's
all packed into one zip.
Packed into one zip, okay.
Actually, let me show that real quick while you guys are downloading.
Yeah,
so when you unpack the zip folder, for example, I have my zip folder. I can right-click and extract all when it's on Windows. On Mac, I'm sure it's something similar. I'm just gonna skip that, and I have my images. I have a div template for the table. This one is rebuilt using only. Let me do view source. Only using div tags and content tags, no tables or anything. In the style sheet, well commented.
This is great.
So let me stop sharing again. So basically, if you drop that zip folder in your documents and unzip it, you just got to rename the main folder and you should be okay to start.
Oh, good. Okay, good. So that download is basically the structure, the file structure for your new website. It's a zip folder, zip file that has a number of HTML and image files embedded in it and organized so that it makes your web folder ready to play, ready to go. Okay, shall we adjourn? Let's do any questions before we leave. The mission for next week, guys, is just like you did before, make a sitemap of what your personal website should be. Animals, sports, friends, favorite projects, and then start collecting pictures for your new website and put them in your images folder. And then next week we'll start to edit your new HTML files and your CSS files so that the website has the colors and the fonts that you want to use. Yep.
Okay.
Makes sense? Malinali, does that make sense? We're starting all over again.
Okay.
You get that right? By next week, you think you can have your web folder set up and download the div CSS template?
Yes.
Okay, good. Is Salvador in right now?
Not yet.
Okay. So Malinali, before we go, can you share your screen just so we can help you make sure?
John,
Yes.
I have to leave, so
Okay.
I just wanted to let you know that I will send Brenda my Blender project,
Please. Okay, great.
and we will be seeing each other next week.
Perfect. Perfect, Norman. Okay.
Good. I look forward to seeing it.
Okay. Pablo, please send your Rube Goldberg machine to Brent.
Okay.
Please send it because Brent's going to do something really cool. In fact, we'll show it to you if you can stay on for a few minutes. Okay, great. Malinali, this is you? You got it. Excellent. Excellent.
Hello. No, my website.
Okay.
I think is here.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, beautiful. I remember this. Okay. This is nice. Malinali did a really sweet job on this.
Thanks.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay. So we're going to make a brand new website, right?
Right.
And so if you can do the same thing, start collecting new pictures, particularly things you've built.
Okay.
Pictures you've taken or trips you've gone on. Maybe take a picture of your favorite books or your favorite music or your favorite computer games. Put all those pictures in an images folder. Makes sense? And so we'll be ready next week to add a whole slew of pages to your new website.
Okay.
All right, Malinali, great. Before we go, Brent, can you show Rodrigo's rolling ball? Pablo, we would love to make a video of your project, just like Brent's going to show you how he converted Rodrigo's file, his Blender file, which Rodrigo sent to Brent. You can share your screen, Brent.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry about
Yes.
that.
I am searching for the Blender file.
Okay. Have a look at this. Pablo, have a look at this.
Ah, yes.
Does that look cool? Oops, it's
Yes.
stalled. Keep going, Brent.
Yeah, hold on. Let me close it and reopen because I had that thing open for so long. Let's see. I have that on my desktop. No, I know where I got it. CMP. There we go.
So Brent took the liberty of converting a wire animation into a
Whoa.
solid animation, and then he moved the cameras around, so you see, you really feel like you're in the middle of the machine.
Whoa.
Isn't that cool? Balls dropping on you. Now your contraption is really spectacular, so it would be great to have something like this for your machine.
It's like in a factory.
Yeah. We can do the same with you if you'll send Brent your file.
Okay.
And look at the sign. Try to make a sign that is like this.
You know what would be cool? If the sign wasn't lit up and then it turns on.
Yeah.
Almost like electricity, powered up the wall like LEDs.
Yeah.
Hindsight's 2020 here.
Can I see my screen? Because Brent,
Yeah.
because I have one problem with my
Internet connection.
what?
One problem with your internet connection?
No, with this. Here is that I don't have my mouse, so here the first time I do it, I calculated well, and I do it again, and then I want to prove it again and show it to my mom, but I didn't change anything, and it go to another direction.
Well, I can help troubleshoot too. If you send me the file, I can see, whatever doesn't work, I should be able to figure out and fix pretty quick.
But I check it all and it works good. The ball doesn't go here, the ball doesn't go, and it stays here and do all the dominoes like this.
Great. Well, the design is terrific. I love the funnels, the ball rolling around the funnels. Very creative. So if you, Brent would like to color this and turn it into an MP4 video, which you can post on your new website.
Oh, hi, Salvador.
Hey, Salvador. Okay, so we're going to start a new webcast, guys. Pablo, see you next week.
See you next week.
All right.
Bye.
See you next week.
Bye, Paulina. Bye,
Bye.
Rodrigo.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good week. Okay, Salvador. So I'm hoping we can focus today, Salvador, on taking converting some of the pictures you took, and crop them, scale them, and maybe play a little bit with the background to make them all consistent. Does that make sense, Salvador?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions before we start? Anything you'd like to show us? Were you able to take any new images with brighter lights or with the lamps closer to the object?
I did. I took a few pictures.
Great.
Just before the webcast, I took the pictures with my phone, so I had to upload them to the computer.
Oh,
And
okay.
before the webcast, I connected my phone to the computer, and it said that it needed how do you say it? An update before I could do it,
Oh,
and
takes forever.
I installed the update.
Okay. Well, it's something we have to do, so we can wait for a while.
It's missing like 1/4. It says approximately 2 minutes.
No problem.
Oh, and Johnny, you're still recording from the previous webcast. As a heads up, so that file doesn't get huge.
Thank you, thank you.
Salvador, are you still able to do things while it updates, or is it like locked until it finishes?
No, I can do things.
Do you have the GIMP installed, the photo editor GIMP? I think you did before.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I
Perfect.
think I did.
While we wait, did you see the 3D video that we just showed of the chain reaction?
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Was it pretty cool?
Yeah. I don't think I can do that.
Oh, yeah, you can. You definitely can, Salvador. In fact, yeah, at some point we should maybe turn one of your bottles, one of your plastic bottles, we can animate it and maybe even put it on your website.
An intro animation. A valuable part of business is brand identity. And maybe we could build, a Salvador, personify you as one of those toys and say, like, have it animate, like, hi, I'm Salvador, welcome to my website. And then it turns into a JPEG or something, like a HTML5 animation or a quick video or something. That would be cool because you would learn Blender, how to model a toy. Maybe you could even 3D print yourself and paint it or something. There's a few ideas we could bounce around to use Blender and incorporate it. And I feel like knowing Blender would totally help you and your dad out with product visualizations.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Salvador has already done some Blender, Brent.
Oh, I remember. I don't remember the exact project. I think it was the rocket, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I do remember. So yeah, it wouldn't be too hard. It would, but to get things like I think it'd be interesting to do a lot more in edit mode and materials, because to get stuff to a photorealistic quality is probably where it would help your dad's business. That or printable files. And then but we could still incorporate that in the whole context of the toy website, the toy collection, the photography. Okay. So that's down the pike. How's the update coming?
It says 45 seconds.
I feel like those always lie to you no matter what.
Yeah.
I wonder if the updates know they're gonna take longer or if they're just messing with us laughing. Yeah, I think 3D modeling one of those toys would be fun because then you could build your own anytime you want in 3D and render it, like texture map it. So once they don't have that exist, you could even have your fantasy collection, the ones that don't exist that you want to exist. That might be an even more fun approach than animation. Because chances are you're not going to need to animate any products in the industry you're in. But being able to make something look real, understand how to model it and texture it and all that kind of stuff would be cool. And then any characters you wish existed as one of those toys that just doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
Name them out of curiosity. I'll see if I could maybe as a quick who?
I just name a character that doesn't exist.
Yeah, like who do you wish existed as one of those toys?
Probably. You know, Bunny from Toy Story 4. The I think it's called Bunny, the girl.
I'm looking it up to. Ah, yes. Yes. And what kind of toys are those called again? The ones that you collect?
They're called. It's Binylmation.
Gotcha. Hey, as just a quick filler, these are them, right? The style?
Yeah.
All right, so in Blender, let me go to, I want to take Rodrigo's project because I already have it set up with everything I need. Let me make sure this is correct looking. And I'll build one super fast. Okay, so that's a good camera setup and lighting. So let me just delete all. We can do add mesh plane. So some sort of like a studio, floor. There's no camera right now, so I got to add back in a camera. And then I'll add in a lamp. And I can always shelf this. This is just to fill. So when it gets to the point where the updates are ready, just stop me. But let's speed model one of these just as a fun little thing in between before we can show the photos. Okay, so they look like they have, let's see, kind of round head with the flat bottom. I want to find a better angle for one of them. This is the shape, right? So they kind of.
Are you sharing your screen?
Oh no, I'm not. Thanks, John. Wait, I am. Can you see it?
Oh, it must be me.
Let me stop and reinitiate.
No, I can't see it.
How about now?
I think it may be me. I got a round thing going on. Salvador, can you see Brent's screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's me. Brent, I'm going to make you the host if I can here.
Okay.
Something's wrong. Something's going wrong. I'm not doing it because otherwise I might disconnect us.
Let's see.
Just go ahead, Brent. I'll follow you verbally.
Okay. And yeah, I'm just filling a couple minutes just while the update finishes. I'm building one of those guys in 3D right now, just for the fun of seeing how easy or hard it would be. Okay, so here's a head, just kind of, and this is not going to be, close to what it should be at the speed we're doing it, but I think you'll see the fun that can be had. By the way, Blender has a new version out, which is better, but everything's in slightly different places. So it takes a little bit of getting used to, but what I've noticed is some huge improvements in overall quality of the app itself. But this is all stuff in edit mode.
That's what I was seeing, that it all looks different from what I had last year.
Yeah, it's 2.8. It's their most major release in about a decade. Everything makes more sense. I'm just conditioned to the stuff that doesn't make sense from years of how it was. So I took the plunge just to force myself to get used to this. Anything Blender related, I don't let myself use the old version. And I'm getting better and better at this, over time, but it's still a little bit of a learning curve. Is that beginning to get the shape of it?
Yeah.
And now we need some little feet. And again, when you're done the updates, just, stop me. I don't want to eat up, the whole time with just showing you a model and thing.
The update is done, but I don't know what's going on. It's like it connects to my phone and disconnects every
Gotcha.
second.
Out of curiosity, to save troubleshooting time, I know sometimes after a system update, you need to do a reboot. Would you want to, and John, do you think it makes sense just reboot and log back in? Just see if
Yeah, okay.
and maybe we could even reinitiate the meeting in that time so you can
Yeah.
what's going on.
Okay. I'm going to end the meeting.
Okay, yeah, so Salvador, just restart your computer, see if you can connect the phone. John's gonna either restart the meeting for
Actually, Brent, you restart it, because I think what's happening is my recording software has crashed Zoom.
Gotcha.
I have that feeling. So you reinitiate, and I'll come in as soon as I can clean this up.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and John, I won't be able to reinitiate the meeting unless
I end it,
close.
and I can't end it. Hold on a second. I might have to just close. Oh. Something nasty is happening here. I'm going to try to close it this way.